A sensational knockout, and that's why he won the Ring Magazine knockout.
If I did it, I'd say it. I didn't make shit. Turn to me. Fucking song you think you heard.
Things got heated fast as Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley locked horns mid-interview, voices raised, tempers flaring. Parker's calm broke into challenge, his words slicing through the noise. This wasn't talk anymore, it was pride, pressure, and pure boxing fire.
They do say there's levels in boxing, and I believe with the experience that I have and what I've been working on in New Zealand with George, and I've got Andy by my side, got a good base, and it's just I'm excited to see what I can do in the ring. I'm a different fighter to all those fighters that he's fought before. Very different, and I'll show you on the 25th.
Fabio Wardley fired back with raw aggression, his words cutting through the tension like a blade. The smirk on his face said he wasn't intimidated one bit. This wasn't friendly talk anymore, it was pure rivalry, and Wardley wanted everyone to feel it.
But I actually reached for the mic and I was ready to fucking lash out around his head, but he got lucky that time because, yeah, I reached for the wrong item and I grew.
The air was thick with pride as Parker and Wardley clashed over loyalty and support. Both men refused to back down, each claiming the crowd's energy as their own. You could sense it clearly. This was no longer just a fight, it had become a battle for respect.
Because if not, there's going to be some kicking off, there's going to be some words, but we'll see. Hopefully we'll support the local boy.
Countrymen always support their own, you know, and as much as I have a lot of support here in England, and a lot of people do, I'll have a lot of support, you know, come fight night, but I think you guys always back.
Joseph Parker spoke with conviction, reflecting on his own evolution. He wasn't comparing versions, he was warning Wardley. The man stepping into the ring now is sharper, hungrier, and more dangerous than ever before. It wasn't nostalgia, it was a promise of destruction.
For me now, I would knock out that guy back in the park. That guy was like, the Joseph Parker then boxed and trained, but didn't tick all the boxes in terms of preparation.
Focused and fearless, Joseph Parker made it clear that Fabio Wardley is now his entire world. No distractions, no future dreams, just one mission of domination. Calling Wardley his Usyk wasn't flattery, it was a statement. Parker's mindset is lethal, and that tunnel vision could be Wardley's worst nightmare.
Points, whoever's in front of you, fight them, smash them, move on to the next. So for me, this Fabio Wardley fight is the most important, and he is my Usyk, because there's no point thinking about Usyk if I can't take care of business with Fabio Wardley.
Andy Lee's message was simple but ruthless. He knows Parker's key to victory lies in pressure and persistence. No room for hesitation, no pause for breath. This was a coach mapping out war, and the message was clear. Relentless aggression wins this battle.
To give the why, he's got to be unrelentless. He's got to be relentless. He's got to go on and on and on and on. He can't take any break.
Even Fabio Wardley couldn't deny the chemistry between Parker and Andy Lee. It was an acknowledgement wrapped in caution. Wardley knows that kind of trust builds danger, that kind of bond produces power, but his eyes said it all. Respect aside, he still believes he can break that wall.
Team of him and Andy Lee is a strength as well, of how well they've been working together, how long they've been working together, and just kind of the confidence, the faith you have in a coach like that. I think that brings its own level of it adds another level.
Joseph Parker spoke like a man on a mission, grounded yet ambitious. No trash talk, just purpose. Each fight is a step toward destiny, and his tone carried the confidence of someone who's been there before. For Parker, every round matters because every round rebuilds his legacy.
Whoever's in front of me, I'll take care of business and move on to the next. That's how it is now. Well, that's the goals that I have now. You know, eventually the championship of the world will come, but if I keep fighting, whoever's in front of me, I keep winning, and keep putting on a good display, eventually I'll get my chance to fight for a world title.
Fabio Wardley tried to sound respectful, but his tone carried a hint of challenge. He acknowledged Parker's experience while reminding everyone he's ready for war himself. There was admiration in his words, but also intent. Wardley wasn't praising a veteran, he was preparing to test him.
Very long time, he's had a lot of fights. I think he's close. He's either at or is close to having 40-odd fights. Some of those have been rough wars, some of those have been pretty good back and forths. Like, he doesn't shy away from.
Frank Warren summed it up perfectly. This isn't just a heavyweight contest, it's a gateway to greatness. Both men know one mistake could end everything. The stakes are brutal, the reward even bigger. Every punch thrown on fight night will carry the weight of a dream.
On it, they're going to be throwing bombs, and somebody will go. It's going to be a great fight. All or nothing. It's on the line. The winner will get Usyk. That's what they're fighting.
Duke McKenzie didn't hold back, calling out Fabio Wardley's flaws with brutal honesty. He reminded fans that beneath the power, there are cracks waiting to be exposed. His words carried the sting of truth, and it felt like a warning. Against a technician like Parker, those flaws could be fatal.
But he's also gone behind in certain areas of his technique, which was proven in his last fight against, was it Hooney?
Justice Hooney.
Justice Hooney, right? Because he was exposed.
He was.
For his boxing skills.
Yeah.
Tony Bellew's take brought a grounded yet passionate perspective to the build-up. He sees through the hype, cutting straight to what matters most: experience, composure, and skill. Joseph Parker, in his eyes, is the man who has already walked through storms far heavier than anything Fabio Wardley has faced. Bellew respects Wardley's punching power, but knows power alone can't beat precision. Parker's ring IQ, patience, and adaptability could be the defining factor once the chaos begins. And that's what makes this fight fascinating. Wardley's youth and aggression clashing with Parker's calm mastery. Bellew's tone carried admiration for both, but you could sense where his faith leaned, toward the man who's been tested by giants and survived.
It's one to watch.
Good fight, isn't it?
It is a good fight.
Parker Wardley's looking for. I'm actually looking forward to that. I think Parker does it with the experience and the skills and that.
I think he overcomes, but I think it's too big of a
Wardley punches hard. Wardley punches hard enough to make it a fight, and then drag him into something and make it like so interesting.
Fabio's always in the fight, Carl. He has his shown against Justice Hooney.
Adam Smith's breakdown perfectly captured the balance of threat and brilliance in this matchup. He praised Joseph Parker's resurgence under Andy Lee, describing him as sharper, hungrier, and far more complete than before. This isn't the same Parker who once got caught. This is a man rebuilt from discipline and redemption. But Adam Smith also reminded everyone of the danger Fabio Wardley brings, a natural finisher who believes every punch can end the fight. It's that unpredictability that gives this bout its electricity. On one side, the wisdom of experience. On the other, the reckless ambition of youth. Smith's tone carried respect for both, but his analysis hinted at one truth. Parker's evolution might be too much for Wardley's power alone.
Parker has got wonderful skills, and under Andy Lee he's really rejuvenated, and I think he's one of the best heavyweights in the world, period. Now former world champion, of course. I think he's better than he once was, so that's a problem for Wardley, but Wardley brings that power in. And remember, Joe Joyce knocked Joe Parker out. Others have had him in trouble, Dillian White down, so you can never write Wardley out of anything, man.
Tony Bellew delivered one of the most impactful statements of the entire build-up, labeling Joseph Parker as the most in-form heavyweight on the planet. Coming off wins over Zhilei Zhang and Deontay Wilder, Parker's momentum is undeniable. He's dismantled names that were once seen as untouchable, turning his career into a redemption arc that few expected. Fabio Wardley, while dangerous, now faces a man who's learned how to survive, adapt, and dominate under pressure. Bellew's words weren't just praise, they were a warning. Parker isn't riding luck, he's rewriting legacy. When a fighter finds rhythm and belief at this level, he becomes unpredictable, unstoppable. And that's exactly what makes this version of Parker so terrifying for anyone in front of him.
Joseph Parker, Daniel Dubois aside, is the most informed heavyweight in the world.
Yeah, both of them in great form, to be fair, yeah.
If anything, I think actually Joseph Parker is in better form than Daniel Dubois, because that spree of fights of Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang.
Yeah, great.
Let's just look at it for what it is.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous, because Zhilei Zhang was undefeated, in my opinion, until he faced Joseph Parker.
He's becoming a bit of a giant killer, Joseph Parker, really, isn't he?
He really has, and I've got to give
Daniel Dubois next on the list?
Eddie Hearn couldn't have summed it up better. Joseph Parker has been on a tear, dismantling some of the most feared heavyweights in the game. From shocking Deontay Wilder to silencing Zhilei Zhang, Parker's recent form screams dominance. These aren't lucky wins. They're statements, proof that the New Zealander has rebuilt himself into one of boxing's most complete heavyweights. Eddie's words carried admiration, but also recognition that Parker is now unavoidable. Every challenge he's accepted, he's turned into another notch on his legacy. Fabio Wardley, no matter how confident, now stands across from a fighter who's been through the fire and come out sharper, colder, and hungrier. The energy around this bout feels different. It's not just another matchup, it's a test of legitimacy.
A title shot against Usyk more than Dubois. I mean,
he's the mandatory, and the WBO have ordered the mandatory between him and Usyk, between Joe. In fact, he was texting me last night about the fight. Look, Daniel Dubois is the IBF champion. He's on a real...
Eddie Oladipo's honesty hit a nerve with fans. Many wrote Joseph Parker off after that crushing loss to Joe Joyce, assuming his career had peaked and faded. But boxing loves a comeback, and Parker's resurgence has been nothing short of spectacular. That defeat became the catalyst for his rebirth. He didn't vanish, he rebuilt. He turned pain into purpose, training with discipline and humility, emerging as a tactician rather than just a puncher. Now, the same voices that once doubted him are calling him the world's #2 heavyweight. Eddie's confession reflects a larger truth. Parker's story isn't about survival, it's about transformation. Every jab, every victory since Joyce has been a message to the world that greatness never dies. It simply evolves.
At that time, Joe Joyce was a monster. Everyone thought he was going to go on to maybe challenge or maybe win a world title. But it was the manner of defeat. He tried so hard.
I remember thinking, that's it. Like, it's not really there, and that's why you should be careful to write off fighters. Because I wrote him off. I never, in a million years, would have said to you that Joseph Parker, in 3 more years, would be the world #2. Like, without doubt, I think everyone says he's #2, maybe Caballero, but it's close. Never thought that. I thought he was damn...
There's no denying it now. Joseph Parker has transformed from an underrated contender into a complete heavyweight powerhouse. And this clash with Fabio Wardley is more than just another fight. It's the defining moment of who truly belongs at the top of the new heavyweight era. Wardley's raw aggression and fearless attitude might win the crowd, but Parker's composure, experience, and renewed hunger are what make this showdown so compelling. Every word, every stare, and every spark of tension in that heated interview showed how personal this has become. Parker isn't just chasing another win, he's defending the legacy he rebuilt from rock bottom. Wardley, on the other hand, wants to prove that youthful power can dethrone experience. It's old school grit versus new school fire, the kind of matchup boxing fans live for. When the bell rings, there will be no calm, no backing off, just 2 men trying to prove who deserves to stand among the elite. So tell us, whose corner are you in? Are you riding with the calm killer Joseph Parker or betting on Fabio Wardley's storm? Drop your thoughts below and join the debate. This one's going to explode on Fight Night.